Sup nerds, Adam Ronan here, and we are going to take a look and just kind of go over our gut reactions for the Bethesda conference that happened last night. Like I mentioned in the Xbox video, we are going to do a full boss battle show that's going to dig into every game, every conference as like an E3 post-mortem. But right now, here's some gut reactions of stuff that I'm pretty excited about coming from each conference. Bethesda, the conference started off slow for me because I don't have a huge boner for Bethesda games. The only things that I really get excited about with Bethesda is the Doom series and the Elder Scrolls series. I was pretty confident we would see a Doom 2. I was not confident that we were going to see the next iteration of Elder Scrolls, but let's just kind of break it down. The first thing that I want to talk about that actually surprised me was Rage 2. The first Rage that came out back in 2011, I think fell under a lot of people's radars. It didn't really hit hard. A lot of people just kind of found it to be, yeah, it was like, okay. I didn't even play it. It just looked generic and boring to me. But the complete opposite could be said for Rage 2. It looks fantastic. It looks like a perfect mix of chaos and just violence and Mad Max, all kind of interspersed with like neon and a little bit of crazy. Kind of reminds me of like Borderlands a little bit. I'm gonna play the shit out of it. The trailer was just so stupid enough that I'm really excited about it. As leaked by Walmart Canada, Rage 2 is coming out and it looks surprisingly fun. Now, I'm not going to beat around the vagina here. I will skip a lot of titles that they announced at the Bethesda conference because, like I say, it started off a little slow for me, but once we, like, I don't care about Prey. I'm not super into those types of things, but once we got to the Doom 2 reveal, which is now Doom Eternal, I was like, that's my shit! That's what we're talking about, because that is exactly one of the things I wanted to see from Bethesda. It was, of course, rumored that it was going to be there. It was no surprise to see it, but it looks amazing. Hell on Earth. Mick Gordon returns for the soundtrack, which you could not hire a better person for any of your soundtracks. Like, fucking Nintendo should hire Mick Gordon to do fucking Mario Brothers, the next Mario Brothers. You know what I'm saying? So really, there's not a whole lot to be said there for that fucking title. It's gonna be sick, it's gonna be disgusting, and I cannot wait to murder a slew of fucking zombies. And in fact, if you want to talk more about Doom, wait till the end of the week. We got a special video planned from you coming from Sasquatch. Next up was Fallout 76, that I was surprised about it. So they showed this off first in Microsoft, and then they really, Todd Howard went in and really dug deep in it on Bethesda's conference, 4 times bigger than Fallout 4. Fallout 76, which is a precursor, prequel to all the other previous titles. Now, I've never been into Fallout, but watching the gameplay trailer and all the things we're having, I mean, fucking battling a giant mutant sloth, I mean, come on, how could you not want to play that? So this actually be the first time I'm really going to dig into a Fallout title, and in fact, with Fallout 4 going into Xbox Game Pass, I actually may take some time and try that out for the first time. See if I can't dig my hooks into the series a little bit. It was super cool that they announced the Giant Collector's Edition. That'll be great for the hardcore fans with, with the helmet and the map that glow in the dark. They do a really great job of catering their fans with this series, and I couldn't respect them more for it. Never been into it before, but I will absolutely give it a shot now. And then, one thing that actually really surprised me was the announcement of Elder Scrolls Blades. Now, I wasn't expecting a whole lot from Elder Scrolls, maybe a couple things here and there, some updates to online, which of course we got, but Elder Scrolls Blades marks something interesting in my life. This is the first time a mobile title has really appealed to me. When they showed it off, he did an excellent job of showing me why I want to get this game. It's the first thing that appeals to me most. Not only does it look gorgeous from what they showed, and I will play it on my iPhone X, but the cross-platform and cross-play that will go with the console versions of it, which I can't wait to hear more about, and VR versions. I'm hoping that comes to PlayStation VR, because I will absolutely play it on there. All your stats and stuff, cross-play. Looks very cool, and I actually went and immediately pre-ordered it off the iOS store after they announced that. I just never thought in my life that I would be super excited for a mobile game, but mobile is the future of gaming in a lot of different ways, and it only makes sense that it starts to, this maybe is a new benchmark for mobile gaming. Looks very cool. And then they started to close out the conference. That obviously got me super hyped, and then he started to close it out with what we're looking at beyond with their next generation. Now, I'm not sure if he meant next generation of what they're working on, or next generation of consoles when these will come out, which I suspect might be the case, but they announced the heavily rumored Starfield, which looks, I don't know, you can't even say. I'm very excited about it. There was nothing to show. They're probably very early in development, but the notion of taking the mistakes, the successes, the mistakes, and the shortcomings that they probably learned from in Fallout and all of their Elder Scrolls series, to put that into a new IP it's going to be a fantastic experience. I'm really excited to see what they do with it. But I do suspect we won't see this till at earliest like 2020. It'll probably be for the next generation of consoles, the PS5, maybe the next version of Xbox, codenamed something Scarlet, Project Scarlet, that Microsoft already announced they were working on. So I think that's probably when we're going to see this title and the next title. The thing that they closed out with, I did not see coming, but they knew what the fans wanted and they gave it to us. As soon as he said the thing that they're working on beyond is what we've been asking for, fucking 6 to midnight. I was there. It was so excellent to see just at least a confirmation to affirm in our hearts that they were working on Elder Scrolls 6. This is just an amazing thing to be able to just know inside that they hadn't given up on the core titles, because for a while there I thought they were just going to focus on Elder Scrolls Online, and then when we saw Elder Scrolls Blades I was like, is this really where they're taking the series? But looks like we're going to get the best of all worlds with Elder Scrolls going forward, and that was enough to seal that conference in stone for me. Started off kind of meh for the stuff that I enjoy, but we picked up in the middle and closed out on a heavy finish, and I couldn't be more excited, and I think a lot of you are as well. I would love to know what you think in the comments below. What did you think of Bethesda's conference? Get me on Twitter, Adam Ronan. If you enjoy this, please like and subscribe. Guys, we'll see you soon for some Sony talk.